I'm what's standing between the graduates and their diplomas and you and your dinner. So I asked my wife, what should I say? And she said, you need to follow the B&B rule. That is not a beverage some adults have after dinner. It stands for be brief and be gone. I asked Ed Merritt, what should I say? And he echoed to me what you've already heard. Namely, every graduate, every student should reach over and give himself or herself a pat on the back. To the families and friends who give the encouragement, they need a thank you and a recognition. And also, there was the image someone gave me years ago that came back to me, and maybe the rest of my remarks will kind of key off of that. Life is a banquet, set on a table, and that table is supported by 4 legs. Each of the legs, believe it or not, has a name. One is interest, one is ability, one is effort, and the 4th one is opportunity. So we thank Monsieur Jak for creating an opportunity for people to start building a life. A job isn't a life. It helps us to get through life, yes, have some good things, have some fun. And a job can lead to a career. And a career can be part of a very fulfilling life for yourself, your family, friends, community. I know when I was younger, I thought, someday I can do something. If I only knew what it was. It turns out that's pretty much the title of a book by a woman named Barbara Sher. And her book is called, I Could Do Anything If I Knew What It Was. So I thought, I reached into my bag of tricks and decided to bring in my bag of tricks some books. One of Barbara Sher's books is the first one I'll mention to you. It is one of the most dangerous books I've ever read in my life. Generally, you will read about 15 pages and then decide, I'm ready for this or I'm not. This book has been around really because of word of mouth for 30 years. Before personal computers were the rage and everybody had 1 or 2 or 3 or more, she entitled this book Wishcraft. And that's a test on listening. It wasn't anything to do with pointed hats. She spells it out better with the subtitle. How to get what you really want. There are people who want to be in show business, or in technology, or in business, or finance, but they don't know exactly where. This book is the result of Barbara Sher saying she wanted to do something particular with her life, and she was told, starting with all the men in her life, you can't do that. To every man in the room, listen up. Never say that to a woman. Not only will she do it, but she'll make you look bad when she does it. Barbara Sher, being a woman, spells out in detail how she went about creating this opportunity for herself, a life that keyed off of her talents. I'm going to leave this Mr. Jak, if you want it, or if you want to make it a raffle prize, be my guest. Another very dangerous book. This one dangerous because in the wrong hands it can cause a little bit of problem. Generally it's used by college career counselors. There are 4 questions in here. If you answer them correctly, and correctly means honestly, you will have a pretty good sense of what your underlying personality is. And we find out that if we want to be happy in work, we should be doing something that we're good at and enjoy it. This will take you step by step into figuring out not what job or task you should do, but what possible careers you could start building and incorporating your work in computers as a part of. I'll also leave this behind. When I grew up, we used to have something called the Yabuts. Y-A-B-U-T-S. And these were all the folks who said, yeah, but. Another book. This one, I think I give away copies all the time. Man who lives today had a horrible start according to what the world says should be a start in life. Today, he has a foundation. He does a lot of educational support and encouragement for children. And Dr. Ben Carson, growing up, didn't know some of the talents he had. He needed a community, friends, family, to help him uncover them and encourage him when he wanted to do something that people say, yeah, you shouldn't do that, but you want to go to a museum, you want to go to college. Today, he is the singular expert worldwide on brain surgery for what we used to call Siamese twins or conjoined twins. He is the person from any country in the world that is sought out. Started in a rough neighborhood in the United States, almost went down the wrong road. Today, everybody seeks him out when there's a case of literally life or death. Final thing, and I will say again, congratulations to all the graduates. And this is geared more to the board, the parents, the supporters. If you think it's too late for you to do something for the community, to become who you are, I'm going to resort back to Barbara Scher. It's only too late if you don't start now. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. John and Mr. Jak. And when Mr. Jak come to Mattapan Tech, we were sitting down and we was talking about all of those things. And I was thinking about it, and my wife said, he make a lot of sense. But the meeting was about finding a speaker, a keynote speaker. But I said, if you are so good, why should we get somebody else? Come in and be our keynote speaker. And I'm so glad you accept my proposition, and you did a good job. Thank you very much.